Hey there, I'm Mark from Spectrum Pulse, and today we have from Troye Sivan, Something to Give Each Other. So going back to my old reviews of Troye Sivan, and the last time I properly covered him was Bloom back in 2018, while I had heard a relatively steady improvement in his measured, tasteful, restrained dance pop since his debut EP, I always found myself kind of underwhelmed and looking for the bigger swing across the board. Maybe a little bit more vocal flair, amp up the pretty strong grooves, punch up the melodies, that add a little bit of personality that would help Troye Sivan stand out, at least in his own lane. And off the lead-off single Rush and the very positive buzz that comes with being years away from the spotlight, I was at least curious. And honestly, this might be Troye Sivan's best album to date, embracing a bouncier melodic set of grooves that feels like a natural expansion of his textures into vintage house and late 90s boy band material, while still feeling mostly contemporary to modern dance pop. I can definitely tell a few glances were being passed in Harry Styles' direction, but Troye Sivan's energy is looser and brighter and unmistakably hornier. That's probably the most pronounced improvement in his delivery. Maybe it's the greater melodic backdrop, which is a warmer diversity of texture around the bass lines, especially whenever the acoustics slip on the cuts like Honey or One of Your Girls, or the more lush arrangements swell up behind What's the Time Where You Are, although I will say, that sample, the Shooting Stars meme melody on Got Me Started, it felt kinda gimmicky, not at all helped by all the pitch shifting around his voice. Or, you know what, hell, just his voice maturing, picking up a more expressive range with warmer multi-tracking so he doesn't have to lean on his husky falsetto as much. But yeah, Troye Sivan is far less tentative and reserved this time, amplifying some of that sensual charge and seeming a lot more comfortable, maybe just with himself. And that allows him to slightly expand the content as well. Written post-breakup in a long period of being single, it lets Troye Sivan show off more dimensions to his experience, in both the sweaty dance floor hookups and the moments where he allows himself to be glad that, yeah, the relationship is over, but kind of wistful for the remnants of that old attraction which still lingers. And hell, some newfound crushes add some additional texture, like the longing from across the world on What's the Time Where You Are. Now, I'm a little hesitant of One of the Girls. I get its framing with respect to straight guys exploring their sexuality with Troye Sivan in pure twink mode, and I get how it works, but it feels just a little clunky, especially with all the processed vocals, and there are a couple of passing moments that just feel kind of awkward, like that Jessica Pratt sample on Can't Go Back Baby, or that one line on How to Stay With You juxtaposed with the saxophone. Y'all all know it if you look it up. But let's be real, those are minor issues. This is a breezy and pretty damn charming bop album, and I actually think the wait was worth it. Perhaps a shade away from being truly great, but yeah, certainly enjoyable. Check this out. I had fun with it. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching. If you want to see more reviews, please be sure to like, share, drop some comments, and subscribe. I'm curious how Troye Sivan fans, at least from back where my reviews were a lot more contentious, how you guys actually see the album now. Beyond that, if you guys want to get projects on my overloaded schedule, link to my Patreons over there. And as always, I'm Mark, you're watching Spectrum Pulse, and I'll see you next time.